and kind of give you some comparisons between the Raptor and the Raptor SD, so you can see the differences, figure out what machine's going to work for you. This one we're looking at a 2019 Raptor SD that's got the 54-inch deck on it. This particular machine does have our LED light bar kit, which is available on our website. We have some videos on installing those if you want to check those out. This machine also has the flex forks on the front end, which are kind of a suspension type deal that helps give you a smoother ride when you're going across real rough terrain. Those flex forks are available for just about every model of Hustler mower out there. So the Raptor SD, we recommend these for those properties that are anywhere from the 1 to 3 acre range. They work real well for that. A lot of your bigger in-town yards or smaller country yards, these will work real well for that. Where the Raptor is only rated for up to about 1 acre or so. So basically, between the Raptor and the Raptor SD, probably your biggest difference is going to be your hydrostats. The Raptor has either the 21 or the 2200 series hydrostat from Hydro Gear, where the Raptor SD has the 2800 series Hydro Gear. So basically, going to that heavier duty hydrostat, this is a serviceable hydrostat. The Raptors are non-serviceable. Basically, we're getting about twice the lifespan out of the 2800 as we are out of the 21 and 2200 series hydrostats. So just being serviceable, a little bit heavier build, they go just a little bit faster. That's going to be one of your biggest differences on any zero-turn mower is what hydrostat is under. So the Raptors and the Raptor SDs, the SD is going to have quite a bit heavier frame. It's got a heavier deck, heavier spindles. You get quite a bit nicer seat on it. The SD comes with an hour meter. You get the bigger tires on the front and the back, depending on what size of deck you're going with. But having a bigger, wider tire is going to translate into giving you a smoother ride. You want the widest tire you possibly can to help smooth out your ride. The SDs have quite a bit heavier duty deck lift system, the foot operated system with the pin here for your height adjustment is a little bit better set up. There's a lot more adjustment to it than what the Raptors have. These you can get on the Raptor SDs. They come with a 42, a 48, a 36, a 42, a 48, a 54, and a 60-inch deck. So you have a lot of options on deck sizes. And depending on what deck size you get is going to determine which engine you get. But most of the bigger deck sizes, 48-inch and up, you're going to get the Kawasaki engine in either an 18, a 21, a 23, or a 24 horse in the FR series engine. So, and I just cannot stress enough how good of an engine these Kawasaki's have been. They are hands down the best engine money can buy, in my opinion. So, other than that, we'll kind of go into a few details here on them. The Raptor SD has a 3-year, 300-hour warranty, where the Raptor has a 3-year warranty. The first 2 years cover parts and labor. The 3rd year covers parts only. There's no hour limit on that warranty because the Raptor does not come with an hour meter. The SD, also, we kind of went into the heavier spindles on it. There's a big difference in the spindle between a Raptor and Raptor SD. That's probably one of the most common parts that we replace on the Raptors are the spindles. So going to a heavier duty spindle is going to mean less downtime for you, less time that it's in the shop getting spindles replaced. So we'll kind of go into some more details here as far as after you purchase the machine, what services you need to be doing on it to keep this machine running in top condition for you. Alright, so these Kawasaki engines, they recommend doing your break-in oil change around 5 hours. So these are going to hold 2 quarts of oil. Your oil drain tube is right down here on the right side of the motor. There's a little fitting with a barb on it, and you're going to have an oil drain tube in the packet with your owner's manual that will slide right on the front of that fitting and slide down in between the crack in the frame there. And then it's a 10mm wrench. You back that screw out a good 2 or 3 turns and have your drain pan down below and have your oil start draining out. The oil filter is right on the right side above that drain. It's got kind of a pan molded into the block to catch the little bit of oil that's going to run off of that filter and direct it out away from the block. So we take a cup that's just a couple inches tall and slide it down under that pan, spin that filter off, spin your new one on, dump 2 quarts of oil in through your dipstick tube there, check it, run it, check it again, but that should get you in between the hash marks. Once you've done that 5-hour oil change, then you do it every 50 hours or once a season after that. Air filter on these right on the back of the motor. You're going to get some grass accumulated in that air filter above and below it. Just kind of blow it off every now and then. We recommend replacing that air filter once a season, like when we do our oil change is when we put a new air filter on them. Spark plugs are right on the back of the machine here, real easy to get to. Fuel filters right up front here. The Raptor SD has your hydrostat reservoir underneath the seat here. They recommend doing your break-in oil change around 50 hours, then every 3 years or 200 hours after that. That system has 2 spin-on filters and holds about 5 quarts of oil. So by 50 hours, if you haven't done your second engine oil change, you're due for that and you're due for your hydrostat service. So just keep that number in mind, 50 hours. The battery on these is right here under the seat, really easy to get to. These have the 3-gallon fuel tank on them. When you're filling these up, we recommend running the regular 87 non-ethanol if you can get it. Ethanol just causes a lot of problems for these little engines. So if you can get non-ethanol, it doesn't have to be premium. 87 is fine. But when you're filling these up, this is the top of your gas tank. So don't fill these things all the way up to right here with fuel, or they have a vent tube coming out of the side of that filler neck and they can vapor lock on you. So right here is where they're full. There is a sight gauge and the fender out here to kind of keep an eye on your fuel level so you know where you're at there. These do have adjustable seats. The bolts on the bottom of them, the hole is slotted so you can loosen the bolt and slide the seat forwards and backwards. These also have the slots at the bottom of the levers so you can loosen these 2 bolts and rotate those levers closer or farther away from you. You can also drop them down a notch if you want them down closer to your legs. So you just kind of set that up to whatever feels comfortable for you. Alright, your throttle controls on these. When we start them, we put them about a 1/3 throttle, pull the choke, hit the key. As soon as it fires up, slap that choke back in. The best thing that you can do for a brand new engine is just let it warm up. Let it run at about half throttle or so for a good minute to 2 minutes. The first couple of times that you go and mow with this thing just to get it up to operating temperature. Then when you're ready to engage your blades, you want to be at about half throttle. Kick those blades on, rev it up to full throttle, go mow. When you're done mowing, pull it all the way down to an idle and then kick those blades off. Doing that is supposed to help preserve the life of your clutch. They just don't want you to be at wide open throttle. When you kick those blades on, that's just hard on everything. Once you've disengaged your blades, then you can rev it up and go park it. Your deck height adjustment on these machines is this little pin right here. It's got a detent on it, so you turn it sideways to get it in and out of these holes. The farther this way you go, the closer to the ground you're going to be. The farther this way you go, the higher up you're going to be. You go from 1.5 to 4.5 in 1/4 inch increments. So select whatever position you want to be in. To drop this deck down, you push down here with your foot and you pull back here. Now you release that deck and drop it down to wherever your pin is set at. Then all the way to that deck is on that pin. So if you want to move it, you've got to raise your deck back up, move to whatever position you want to be in, drop it back down again. When you slam this all the way down, it automatically catches that deck up in the transport mode. So if you need to load it on a trailer or something, just slam it all the way up. All right, so the Raptor SD has all seal bearings. There's no grease zerks anywhere on the machine, so you don't have to worry about greasing it. Tire pressures, we run the front and rear tires about 8 psi. They recommend 8 to 12. We usually go on the softer side just to give you a little bit softer ride. So these Raptor SDs have been a great machine for us. These are one of our top selling machines, you know, for those mid-size yards. Like I said, the engine's on them, very solid. The machine itself is very solid. They have a very good warranty behind them. So I don't think you can go wrong if you've got the smaller yard like that to go with the Raptor SD. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.